Greetings and welcome to another bead haul for Odin's Bead Haul. This one is dedicated to the new Spring-Summer 2018 Swarovski innovations because they name these things like cars for some reason. So I grabbed quite a bit of things. I didn't grab everything, but I grabbed a good chunk to kind of show you guys an example of what is out there. So, and a few other things for myself. Because yes. So, let us get started then. I think the first thing of note are the two new pearl colors. We have iridescent light blue and iridescent dark blue. I think they're going to be going out from the rainbow because we had iridescent green, or was it purple? We had purple. Now we have red from last one, we have white, and now we have two different kinds of blues. I bought some 3 mils, some 4 mils, and 12 mils because I wanted to make some beaded beads, and 12 mils are really fun, so. Plus, the larger beads also show off the finish a lot nicely. They both have a sort of frosty matte finish to them. This one kind of glows in more mauves and purples in the shadow. This one has more of a deeper purple and silvery effect to it. It's kind of interesting the way it catches light. It has like a central focus spot. It kind of has a focus point, which, you know, like anything that catches light, but the way it kind of diffuses the light is pretty interesting. Because it goes, the light blue is only in the center, and it kind of diffuses off into other colors, so it's really interesting. These ones kind of do imitate pearls to an extent, but they're not as shiny as something that you might find. But these are really, really interesting and really, really pretty to combine with a lot of things, because it kind of has this strange semi-matte finish, and it would pair really, really well with something sparkly and crystally. So yes, they are very, very, very pretty. I think I like the light better than the dark, which is kind of surprising. I thought it was going to be the other way around when I first saw them, but the light just seems to have much more differences to it in terms of color variation, and I think I like those quite a bit. The dark blue kind of looks like a matte version of their blue pearls, so it's nice if you want that little almost sea glassy effect to it. But yeah, those are the two new colors, and I think they're very pretty. Especially with like a lot of bridal pieces would be very good with that. And yeah, so I like those. Next up, we have the lacquer finishes, the new colors. And let me tell you a thing or two about shopping for these things. My experience from shopping with these things was quite frustrating because not everybody had everything of the new innovations. They had some things, they had some colors and some shapes, but not all shapes. And they had only certain sizes, and yeah. So that's why I went with art beads, because they had most of everything, but not exactly everything. And I don't know if I'm gonna go back and get them, because, long story short, I got these in the Rivolis, but places like Fusion Beads, they had them in the pears, the oval Rivolis, the teardrops, some squares, a lot more colors. So if you like these colors, then I would recommend getting them from Fusion Beads or somewhere else that you can find them cheaper, or what have you. But this is what I got. I got the Rivolis. Now, last year when they introduced the shiny lacquer finishes, I was kind of on the fence about them. And I think this year with these colors, I'm still leaning towards not too much to write about. They still are like basically the pastel finishes, but they have that fancy silvery coating, so that they kind of look like they have a little bit more definition to them, but they still kind of don't look really extravagant. They look kind of flat, in my opinion, but then again, as I take them out and look at them in person, they are still quite interesting. Or at least a little bit more interesting than... Maybe it's the colors, because the colors are very, very summery and bright and vibrant. We have, let's see, coral shiny. We have mint green shiny. We have azure blue shiny. Peony pink shiny. And summer blue, which is kind of a teal to me, but they are pretty in their own way. I don't know if you're doing something These would be kind of good if you're doing a bezel and you have like really shiny metallic-y beads that you're using around it and you don't want something that like completely stands out. These ones would probably be a good bet for you, but I do like that silvery finish on top of them. I got these all in 14mm Rivolis, and yeah, they're going to be in my stash, and maybe I'll have a summer-themed project, and I'll be like, yes, that is what I want. And possibly get more, but as for now, I think they're just going to sit in my drawer for a while until I figure out something nice for them. And as we get into the more bead shapes, these ones are really, really cool. And we'll move on to the Baroque bead shapes, which they're really cool. I kind of thought they were more round, in the pictures at least. They looked like they had like a more rounded, beveled edge, but these are definitely two-sided and flat, much akin to the scarabs. But because of that, I'm kind of glad I didn't grab more than I did. That being said, I thought I grabbed Crystal Silver Knight in the smaller size, so I might need to fix that. But anyway, these came in quite a few colors, and I didn't grab the usual colors, because they have things like aquamarine, amethyst, emerald, jet, crystal, crystal AB, they always have those. This time, these came in dark indigo, ruby, and those were the major colors of note. They come in two sizes. We have the smaller 10mm ones here, and these are 14mm, so I kind of figured of doing something where I make like a Y necklace and I have like two from the sides, or I make an earring and a necklace set, something like that. But anyway, these ones are nice for focal pieces and transitions if you want something a little bit more interesting to go in your piece. And they didn't have too many metallic ones, which is kind of a shame, because this Crystal Silver Knight is, let's see if we can focus on that, that is really pretty and really fun. So, these ones, they're really pretty if you have something themed to it, I guess. I don't know, they're pretty. It's just, they're not speaking to me as much. Because again, I thought these were round, but then again, I'm also comparing them to scarabs, and we all know I love my scarabs way too much. So, these are very pretty, and I do like dark indigo. It's one of my very, very favorite colors of Swarovski. So, I don't know, they're pretty, and they're useful in applications, I think. It's a kind of a useful shape, it's different, and what have you. So yes, those are the Baroque. Then speaking of very frustrating things again, I had issues finding this one. As far as I know, Art Beads was the only one in America that I could find that had the Baroque Mirror, and this thing is freaking gorgeous. Like, holy crap. But the downside is, they only had it in Crystal and Crystal AB at Art Beads. And I know it comes in Emerald and Amethyst at least. There might have been a pink. But holy crap, this thing is faceted, and you can kind of see what's going on with that. It's a gorgeous piece. However, like all the facets and details are on the outer edge, so if you decide to bezel it, you're going to lose a lot of the details there. And if you do bead embroidery, you'll probably have to glue it down and then just try to avoid the shapes or what have you. But this is just a really pretty piece. This one came in two sizes. I only grabbed one because I was spending way too much money. This is the 18mm, and I think it came in a 23 or a 27. Again, in quite a few colors, but the only ones that I could find were the AB and the regular crystal. Next, they came out with a huge line of flat backs in some very interesting shapes. So we have, and finishes actually, we have the tilted spike, which is really freaking cool. And I thought I grabbed two sizes, but apparently I didn't because I wasn't paying attention, and I'm kind of a moron like that. So, these ones basically are silver with an accent of some splash of color. I bought, let's see, this one is Tilted Spike Crystal Sahara, Comet Argent Light, and this one is Maroda, Comet Argent Light. I got this one because I didn't know what the hell Maroda was, but let's see, I'm trying to look at it. It looks like a deep blue, like for a graphite or something like that, but we have this facet and it kind of looks 3D without actually being 3D, and it's really freaking neat. And let's see, what did I get? Sahara, I think? Comet Argent Light. So Sahara has more of a blue-green tone to it, and this is just very faceted, and it goes everywhere. And these things would be really freaking cool in bead embroidery projects. Because they're just unusual stone shapes, and you can also use it in other projects, because I also bought one of these this time, and this is for a different shape, but for every one of these unique shapes that they have, these unique flatbacks, they have a bezel setting for them. It's a prong setting, and it has holes in it, so you can either use it as a bead with your 2 holes, or you can sew it down without having to glue on your piece to your backing fabric, which is pretty nifty. And moving on from that, we have the Tilted Chaton Fancy Stone. And this one came in quite a few sizes as well. I think either 2 or 3. This is the, let's see, these are the 14 millimeters, if I didn't mention that. And I think it came in 19 and I think 23. I will double check and have links, probably text all over the screen. So this one is the Tilted Chaton. So it kind of looks like a 2D drawing of a diamond, and this one's really faceted and really cool and would add quite an interesting element into your bead embroidery projects. This one is in Crystal to Bach, so it's got an aftermarket coating at the tip to kind of reflect down below those colors in there, which is kind of interesting, but you have to tilt it in a weird way in order to get it to show all those shiny colors. But like I said, these little bezel settings right here, you just slide her in, maybe? There we go. Yeah, you just slide her in, you bend the prongs, and now you have it as a bead, which is really cool. The bezel settings aren't that bad either. They're like $1 to $1.25, depending on the size and shape. But, yeah, if you want to use it more as like a bead or put it in your projects, the possibilities are limitless. And then this one is an 18 millimeter size, and I got it in Bermuda Metallic Blue. So that is what we've got. That is what it looks like on the other side, which is really cool. But again, if you can only put it in your piece so that you see these colorings, this one is kind of like, well, what the hell are you supposed to do with that? But anyway, yeah, I just... it's really pretty looking at it from down below instead of, you know, head on, which is what you're going to be pretty much using it for. But so those were the Tilted Chatons. Now, finally, we have the Tilted Dice, and these things are huge. We have that as the Tilted Dice. That one is the 19 millimeter, and that one is Crystal Sahara Carbon Argent Light. And this giant thing is the 27 millimeter. And I got that one in Crystal Purple, Argent Light. It looks like the coating on these ones are actually on the side, so you can actually get a color definition and look at it around. This would be really, really cool in bead embroidery projects because it's a unique shape, and you can do a lot with it to secure it in place. These do also have the bezels as well, if you are interested in getting that to accompany your piece and make sewing it on a lot easier, but this one you can actually see a lot of definition with, so I think this one of those 3 shapes are my favorite. The purple is really cool too. Let's see, I think I have it upside down. There we go. Yeah. So you can see all the aspects of the colors and stuff, and it's just got a kind of avant-garde type of theme, if I'm going to be pretentious. So I had to get some of those because they were really cool, and they had some different colors as opposed to the traditional Swarovski colors, so I kind of like those. I don't know if I would get more of them, but they're pretty nifty. I think they're shiny and fantabulous. And yeah. And then finally, the most exciting part, I think, are the skull flat bags. These things are so tiny and cute. These come in 3 sizes as well. I don't remember if Art Beads had all 3 sizes or not. I think they did, and I just didn't grab the large size for some reason, but this is 10 millimeters. It comes in 14 and 18, I think, or 20 something or other. This one is Crystal Silver Shade. I got it in Metallic Blue and Crystal AB, which is right here, which is super sparkly, and the AB finish kind of really shows on the skull face. It's really freaking cute. It's got some other colors, like I think Jet is in there. I think Metallic Sunshine and Golden Shadow is in there. A lot more of the more neutrally, I guess, colors, like the blacks, the browns, and, you know, this metallic blue. So, I mean, this thing is really tiny. You can totally use it on nail art if you want to be really extra. Like, that would be just the cutest thing to have on your nail all the time. That would be adorable. But, anyway. So, yes. They're so freaking cute. However, I don't know if I can see any other applications besides, like using epoxy clay and having some stones all the way around it. Possibly bead embroidery, but you're going to be losing a lot of the definitions, like the small jaw, the mandible, little cheekbones over here. They're so freaking cute. But, yeah. They're teeny. They're a lot teenier than I thought they were going to be. But, I don't know. If I find a use for them, I might buy more, but as of right now, I think these are going to be the only ones in my collection so far, but they are really, really cute. If you have suggestions for these, let me know in the comments below, because I would love to have more of these in my collection. And that is it for the innovations themselves. I bought some other things for myself because I needed some little Rivolis. I've been using SS39s for some reason. I have a project that I'm working on, and I'm giving my first project away to somebody, so I needed to make one for myself, and I haven't decided if I wanted to do purples or reds, and I didn't have much of any of them, so I bought SS39 Rivolis in Tanzanite. I got 4 of them. I got it in light cyan, because I don't have any of these in my collection, and then I've got graphite, because that's a really cool color, and I think that would go very well, and regular cyan. And since I don't have too many 18mm, I grabbed one in Crystal Silver Night because it's very pretty. And if I decided to go with blue/purples or reds/silvers, this would go with either of them. So, that's what I'm going to do there. And yeah, so that is it for this bead haul and the Swarovski innovations and such. Let me know what you guys think about the new innovations, and if there's any shapes that you're really excited for, or sort of designs that you'd like to see. Let me know, because I want to know, and I want to see you guys collaborating more about how to use these things, because there are some cute things with potential. But at the same time, there are some things where I'm kind of shaking my head. But anyway, I think that'll do it from me. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see some more bullshit from me. And check out some of my Skillshare classes if you want to see more tutorials. And join us on our Facebook group at Creations from Lessons with Odin and collaborate. I'd like to see what you guys come up with. And talk, because it's fun talking with you guys. So, yes, that'll do it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And of course, if there's anything I need to be trying out right now, feel free to let me know down below. And I will see you next time.